Welcome to the pro wrestling reality. You wanted for a major industry star to be discussed on the show. And tonight, you got it. As a young fan, experiencing my first taste of that major entertainment company in the mid-1990s. One of the superstars I remember first seeing in the ring was Lex Luger, real name Lawrence Fole. For myself, and I am sure for many other fans growing up in that era, it was truly the first experience of seeing that larger-than-life Hogan-esque personality within the industry. At the time, the company was pushing Lex, pushing him really hard to take up the mantle of that once major arena filling, merchandise selling machine that was Hulk Hogan, who at the time was working for another major company. The company also had enough faith in Luger's abilities to essentially have Luger recreate that memorable company moment where Hogan slammed Andre in front of 93,000 fans, sold out arena. By having Luger body slam former entertainment and sumo legend Yokozuna while performing in the ring, Lawrence had major success in the company. He could work, take major bumps, get fans hot. Could also have fans very emotional, as shown during that major nationwide Lex Express bus tour, in where Luger could be spending up to 3 hours at a time signing autographs for the fans or making appearances with the 6 o'clock weather guy. Not soon after breaking new ground for that major promotion, Luger would then find himself in another hot up-and-coming federation, finding himself in a company where the big boys played. When he first debuted for that other major entertainment promotion, you could tell the fans were hot. Even the announcers were screaming over and over, what is he doing here? Get that guy out of here, get that guy out of here. And during this initial appearance within the company, Luger found himself right in the center of the ring with that other major entertainment legend that Luger essentially was being modeled after in New York. So you knew Terry had to be hot. Through the years, Luger would go on to have major success in that Atlanta-based company, having major feuds with industry names such as Sting, Goldberg, among other monumental entertainment names from that time. In 1999, Luger was able to transform both himself physically and, in a way, I think emotionally as well, as he adapted a new entertainment persona. Fans in 1999 were treated to the haunting, thought-provoking stunning, spectacular debut of the total package. Before the debut, foreboding videos were shown of Luger laying in a coffin. We then see his soul take form in front of the coffin, in front of the fans. Luger then speaks to the viewers and gives his own eulogy, saying, "Here lies Lex Luger, a great man, a great champion." We then see Luger in the ring kneeling as the simmering lights come up over the arena. The fans start going wild. Truly a legendary, unbelievable moment. It really had to be the absolute peak of the career for Luger. And the new character seemed to have a very heavy Terminator-esque feel to it, reflecting Luger's major physical transformation, which made me feel personally that the company felt that Luger was truly becoming big money in the world of entertainment. We hear the announce team make comments in regard to the situation, such as, "If it's even possible, he's bigger than ever. Wow, what a moment. I'm looking at his eyes. He is concentrating." Sadly, after the death of that now once major Atlanta company, Luger found himself with a lot of time on his hands, along with having a guaranteed income, living a wild lifestyle, driving fast cars, partying, and tragically committing adultery with WWE Hall of Fame manager Miss Elizabeth. Luger had been a married man with children for years, although claims that while working closely with Miss Elizabeth, he and her started to become romantically involved. Insider fans, where have we heard this story before? Various other entertainment stars started confronting Luger and were pressing him hard about his situation with Elizabeth. And during this time, Luger would deny that there was anything going on between the two. Even at one point, Sting, who was very close to Luger, asked him if there was anything going on between him and Elizabeth. And Luger again denied that they were in a relationship. And you know, I can only imagine, you know, Sting, Steve Borden, coming up to Luger with that heavy religious background and belief, the face paint. I mean, kind of approaching from the shadows. It must have been for Luger something almost akin to the Archangel Michael confronting him over his infidelity. Luger's thrills on the side would continue, even going so far to the point of Luger acquiring a second home for his steamy rendezvous with Miss Elizabeth. The heat was turned up for Luger once sensual Valentine's Day gifts were found on the family table by Luger's now ex-wife. Even despite this shocking revelation, Luger had already had prior forgiveness for his infidelity by his now ex-wife. Regardless, his on-the-road relationship with Miss Elizabeth continued. At this time, Luger and Elizabeth were now experimenting with drugs and alcohol. A combination of the two can be fatal in certain circumstances. As Luger describes, that night he had just put on the Schwarzenegger film and was enjoying a relaxing night in with Miss Elizabeth. Luger noticed Elizabeth was nodding off during the film, but would seemingly wake back up during the loud action sequences. Luger then went over to the kitchen to throw in the TV dinner for himself and Elizabeth. Luger claims Elizabeth offered to go into the kitchen to help Luger, but he told her, just rest on the sofa, and he would bring it right over to her. What happened next would not only devastate Luger's personal life, but the industry as a whole as well. When Luger returned to Elizabeth, she was unconscious, unresponsive. Once Luger was able to identify that there was an issue, he called the 911 services. And tonight, fans, while it was provided to me weeks earlier by an insider source of mine within legal communications, we tonight now have access to portions of that phone call in which we will play here for you now. And warning that the audio footage that will be played is disturbing in nature. So listeners' discretion is advised.
She's laying on the floor. I tried to pick her up. Please send somebody here who knows what they're doing.
Sir?
Oh my God. Oh, please send somebody. Like it is. I'm scared to death. She's laying on the floor. I tried to pick her up.
Sir?
Oh my God. Oh, please send somebody. Please send somebody here who knows what they're doing.
Good God. It truly is troubling, to hear Luger, that major industry Superman, brought seemingly to his knees, shaken at the core over these events. You can almost tell he is in a very vulnerable position, almost seeming to be reverting almost to like that childlike state of fear and innocence due to the nature of this horrific event. Miss Elizabeth tragically died of an overdose the next day at local hospital. Her death was caused by acute toxicity, which was brought on by a deadly mix of painkillers and vodka. Luger was eventually brought in for questioning, although after a simmering grilling session, the forensic team had found there was no foul play in this incident. Although Luger was not out of the situation yet. Although now cleared of any wrongdoings in relation to the death of that Hall of Fame manager, Luger was now facing felony charges for drug possession. In a radio interview, Luger went on a bizarre rant, claiming those documents could say anything. It doesn't make it true. He references a situation regarding former President George W. Bush, saying there were numerous times that he was faced with similar claims and accusations. Luger managed to get away without any major jail time and received probation. And in recent years, fortunately, has really made a positive change in his life. And for longtime fans, we are truly happy to see it. Turning his life to God, living with and tending to his elderly mother, even going as far as having his final match in 2007. So when all was said and done, Luger truly was innocent in the death of Elizabeth. But it's hard to think that Luger at night isn't still haunted, sweltering under that roof of the mother, having flashbacks in the night to the peak of the career, to the peak of the body, thinking of the fast cars, thinking of the fast lifestyle, and then suddenly being woken back into reality in a cold sweat in the night from that frail cot at the bottom of the stair.
Lauren!